Well, Big 12 Commissioner Bob Bowlsby was in Oklahoma City today for the Big 12 baseball tournament. Our own KCN Sports Director Nick Canizales caught up with him and talked all things Baylor. He has more now from Bricktown Ballpark. Nick?
Well, Bob Bowlsby said the conference has repeatedly stressed that these types of actions is not acceptable, and today's events was a huge black eye for the Big 12. Well, Bowlsby said it was certainly a decisive step to fire Art Briles, and the evidence was such they felt like that was appropriate. Now, he mentioned that we all know examples where football coaches have done things that were inappropriate and weren't held accountable. The commissioner said there's no doubt sadness goes along with Coach Briles' departure, and yet he thinks Baylor has been transparent in their handling in the matter. He also talked about how the Big 12 will likely not punish Baylor in any way because it's an institutional matter. Now, I asked Bowlsby if he was going to send a reminder to every university that this type of behavior won't be tolerated. Here's what he told me.
Well, we've already passed a rule that requires due diligence by every school when they have incoming freshmen and transfers to their institution, and so I think the responsibility for due diligence is clear, and then beyond that, just as has occurred on this occasion, it's an institutional matter for them to work their way through it.
To baseball, where Baylor's season has come to an end, falling to Texas 15-3. Baylor gave up 3 runs in the first inning and struggled to keep the Horns from crossing home plate. Starter Drew Tolson gave up 7 runs on 7 hits and 2 1/3 of an inning. Now Baylor finishes the season 24-29. Head coach Steve Rodriguez says even though the season didn't go as planned, he's excited about the future of this program.
And that's what makes me excited about next year is now we're going to have some guys who've played for me for a year and played for our coaching staff for a year who understands exactly what our expectations are and exactly who we are and what we want out of them. And now we're going to have a bunch of other coaches to be able to help us when it comes to bringing these new kids in.
And we'll have more on the firing of head coach Art Briles coming up tomorrow at 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Reporting from Oklahoma City, Nick Canizales, KCN HD Sports.